just did my entire story. And fun fact, because if you know me, you know that this is 100% true. I recorded the whole video and like half of my head was cut off, like in the video. So I was like, I got to redo the whole entire video. But now I've practiced it. And so maybe I can make it a little bit shorter for you guys. But I am a Scentsy Superstar Director. I have been in direct sales for 10 years. It was just 10 years this past November. And I wanted to share with you guys some of my journey because I feel like a lot of customers, consumers in general, number one, they look at direct sales and it has a bad rap. I don't really know why. I feel like the culture has made it look bad, or there's a persona of, you know, direct sales consultants or, you know, whatever, being boss babes or these things. And like, I've never considered myself that. I've always just shared what I've loved. It evolved. It grew. God blessed it. We are here. Chloe retired. We are here. You know, that's how I've looked at my business. But there's so much more to me. I feel like my customers, like you guys, just know me as your Scentsy consultant, which I love that. Like, I'm here. Like, you need wax, you need a bulb. Like, what do you need? I got you. Like, y'all know that's me. But there's so much more to Chloe and to my story than just Scentsy. And so we're going to start there. So I'm 32 years old. I met my husband when I was 14. I started dating him then. It's been a wild ride. Thank God for God. Because I don't know if we'd be here today. And if you know me and Justin, you guys know that we, especially if we've done a training you've been on or anything like that, like we're very like open and real about like marriage is hard. You know what I mean? It's hard. It's hard. It takes work. It takes choice. And you have to choose to show up and love your spouse every day. But that's a whole other topic. I'm not on a podcast. I'm on a YouTube channel. So I'm not going to derail. Chloe, don't derail. Don't derail. So met him, you know, dated him on and off. And then I decided that I wanted to go to East Carolina University, go Pirates. And I wanted to be a nurse. My family's in the medical field. My mom, my stepmom, my aunt, my grandma, my other aunt. They've all done something in medicine. And so it was kind of one of those things looking back where it's like, I don't even know, like looking back, I know that God had me as a nurse for a reason. But looking back, it's like, did I even really think about like, number one, where God wanted me to be, which that's a whole other story because I didn't have a relationship with him. So it was very much so like faith was not high. It was a Chloe high. Like, what would I be good at? Where was my comfort zone? So the medical field just came natural for me. So I went to ECU and my husband ended up moving here. He was my boyfriend at the time from Charleston because I was like, if you don't move here, it's not going to work. It's like a 4.5 hour drive and it was just too far. And it was just too much. I was 20 years old and I was like, look, like, I love you, but like, I know you, I don't really trust you down there. So we need to get down here to North Carolina. So he moved here. And that was a fun time. A lot of people don't know this. So this is before I was saved. And I lived with, when he moved in with me and he brought our dog Roscoe, who went to heaven a couple years ago. It was my baby, my pit bull. But he moved into Pirates Cove. Okay. If you know, it ain't even called Pirates Cove anymore in Greenville. So he moves in, and I'm going to keep this really short. He moves in with me and my 3 roommates, and it was a lot of fun. I loved my roommates in college. Their names were Dana and Paige and Sarah. First of all, I look back and I'm like, I can't believe they let him move in with me. But looking back, I think that Justin's job, and if one of my friends' roommates ever ends up watching this, they'll have to text me or comment. But I think Justin offered to buy the food. So he was buying the food. So I feel like my roommates were like game. They were like, let's roll. Now, during this time, I was using Scentsy the whole time. And it was funny because the Scentsy, I had one in the living room and then one in my room. And every time I would like change the wax, it just smelled so good in the apartment. Like that's the main thing I remember. My memories in college of fragrance were like this pink warmer and a scent called Flirtatious. So I've been using Scentsy since I was like 17. I had a Scentsy party when I was 18. And I was like, oh my gosh, I get all this free for having a $500 party? Like, this is awesome. So I already knew it was shareable. And so anyways, I graduate from nursing school in May of 2012. I start my cohort at the hospital in June of 2012, which is like your training station when you get into the hospital for various roles. And so it was like a 12-week program. And then I get married October 2012. I planned my wedding solely on my own with my stepmom. It was a lot of pressure. I was 22. So I had just turned 22 because my birthday's in August. So I turned 22 in August, graduated nursing school at 21, and then I immediately joined Scentsy November 2012. Like literally a month and 3 days after I got married, my husband signed me up for Scentsy. And I'll never forget when he bought my starter kit, like, can we just be real? I thought it was weird. I still think the way that never mind, I'm not going to say that. I still think I can see why some people would think it's weird. But it just was all misconceptions. But I really thought it was weird. I never thought I'd be good at it. I'm not a salesperson. Literally went to school to be a nurse. Okay. Got my BSN. I was on a medicine floor, a telemetry floor, which was kind of a train wreck. I feel like I have some PTSD from those 5.5 years of being a floor nurse. I'm not going to lie. And if you've been a floor nurse, like you understand and you feel me. That is one of the most, medicine and teaching, those are two of the most underrated jobs in the history of ever. Love on your teachers, love on your nurses, love on your medical field people. They need it because number one, they ain't getting paid enough, homie. They ain't getting paid enough. And I don't care what you say. There ain't no amount of stimulus check, nothing that they can get that can put a price on what they do every day. It's a very, very mentally draining job. And I've not been a teacher, but I know a lot of teachers. And I just have so much respect for them. So I start Scentsy and I was like, I literally said when my kit came in, so it was the $99 kit, came in a box like this. And when the kit came in, I was like, I'm not going to sell. Now, mind you, I've never sold anything. I share it. So I was like, I'm not going to do anything. I'll have like a little party. I'm going to have like a little launch party with my friends and my family that will come. And we're going to go from there. And I was just sharing the product, sharing it. I'd already used it. I think that's important. Like, it's not that you have to use Scentsy before you join, but it'd be very smart for you to go ahead and get a warmer, get some wax, get some counter clean, get some laundry care, get some car products. Because you really got to experience it because that's where like the magic is in Scentsy, is when you use it. So I get certified like my first month, which is your first like promotion just off sales. And I was like, oh wow, like I did that. I literally was like, I did that? Like what? Like direct sales is weird. How did I do that? I don't know how to sell. I'm not a boss babe. I'm not confident. You know, and yeah, like I didn't come into Scentsy with any of those thoughts. Like it grew over time. And there's still days like I wasn't confident about starting this YouTube channel. You know what I mean? Like, but confidence for me, comfort zones for me, they're just obstacles. So I now thrive off of being uncomfortable and doing those uncomfortable things. So I know that it can grow my faith and grow my business, grow my life, my marriage, my relationship with my kids. So anyways, here we are today. 10 and a half years later, I retired 5.5 years ago. So I retired like at 27, which is insane. Like I didn't, and not everybody, like, I feel like people looking like, well, I don't want to retire. Well, nobody told you to retire, sis. Last I checked, you guys, listen, you don't have to compare what your business will look like to somebody else's. This is my life. And this was the step I took, and this was the vessel that got me there. This is the vessel that got me home with my kids. And I didn't cry in the first one, but like, my parents worked my entire childhood. I know that they loved me. They were wonderful. But like, they were never home. Ever. And that was my driving push. I wanted my kids to have a present parent and present parents. And that's why I said, okay, the party worked. People love the products. I can share them. Let me take one more baby step and one more baby step. Let me share the joint opportunity. I don't care if I look crazy. This is my life. And if I can bless one person, that's what I'm going to do. So that's the mindset I've been in the past 10 years. And I'm in my own lane. And I think so many times we're looking at these people in direct sales. You're seeing their highlight reel. And you're not realizing that, like, number one, we live in a very unreal world, right? And people are craving real. They're craving raw authenticity. They're craving truth. And that's the only way I know how to be. And it doesn't mean that you're going to be perfect. Nobody's perfect anyways. But in business, you're going to fail. You're going to have things happen. But it's cool to fail. And we got to embrace that. Because when you can fail, your story has the chance to evolve. Oh, gosh. Oh, that got me. Because every failure has allowed me to evolve. And so, anyways, that $99 kit changed my life. That's my story. Our life looks completely different. From a financial standpoint, 100%, but more so from a life. Like my life is different. My kids' lives will be different from my childhood. Their kids' lives will be different. And I can't thank our CEOs enough for what they've done for me. Like what they've done for my family. Like Scentsy's just different. It's different. It's just been such a blessing. And so we have a kit this month, a $99 kit. I'm going to include in the description the join information, the kit contents for this month. But in addition to our join kit, you're going to get 10 Scentsy wax bars, all in the new release scents. Did you hear me, addicts? Listen, you're going to get 1 bar of each new release scent that comes out March 1st in our spring catalog. You're going to get spring catalogs. You're going to get the spring testers in addition to the entire $99 kit. And I don't even want to say anymore, like, what if you didn't do it? What if you did do it? Because it's almost like, I feel like people hear like, well, what if you don't try? Then you'll never know. No, like, just do it, man. If you love the product, get paid off the product. Shock yourself. Share it. Let me help get you there. Come into our Anchored Scents community and let's go. We're a family. And we roll together. And ask me questions. You can send me an email. My email's in the description. You can go on the website. You can check it out for yourself. Research the compensation plan. I think that's really important. My husband looked at a lot of direct sales companies before we decided Scentsy, or he decided Scentsy. And he chose Scentsy for a reason. And so I'm going to include the income disclosure, but thank you for listening the past 14 minutes and hearing my story. I hope that it made you laugh. I hope that it brought you courage and showed you that you can use this no ceiling income as a vessel in so many ways. It may be financial. It may be for relationships. It may be because you want to go on free vacations. We vacation for free every single year on Scentsy's dime. Every year. We just earned our 12th trip. It may be more than 12. Yeah, because I'm including leadership. Our 12th trip. Okay? All expense paid. It's paid for. It's free. Okay? So, my hope through this video, no matter if you're watching it now in 2023 or 6 months from now or 6 years from now, is that it can give you hope. You're more than who you think you are. And what we think that